go into the mic all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's a terrible habit. All right, you guys ready?
Oh, we got a clap.
All right, ready?
Yes, we do.
Steve, you count it.
All right. We're doing this clap in three, two, one. It's so weird when you're counting it because everyone seems really off.
Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's my favorite thing to do at Callus.
Yep.
You know, what my favorite thing to do on a Monday night is record a podcast. Just kidding. We should have done it yesterday, but things go crazy.
Yep.
I don't know. This is a bad intro. Take two.
We've had good intros.
We had one.
He has a point. He does have a point.
Howdy, y'all. Nope.
How do you
Intros
say
are a thing, and this is one of them.
Yeah. That
Nailed
intro
it.
today is brought to you by Slapshot Scott, and I'm your host, Det Ben Malone. With me tonight is Xanafan711, and I already said Slapshot Scott. But Scary, unfortunately, is not with us. I think House Dilla finally got to him, and maybe, you might want to alert the authorities. So,
Yeah, if you guys see Scary Internet Guy, you might want to let us know.
yeah, we haven't heard from. I'm just kidding. I don't want anybody to take that too far. Hey, band of the week this week, Nominee. There, you can find them at nomineemusic.bandcamp.com. Like
Yep.
the Academy Award nominees. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like people didn't know what nominee was. Anyway,
Love that segue.
hey, yeah. You want to talk to us about what kind of music that you like, you can do so by joining our Discord. Our Discord is really fun. It's just a bunch of chat rooms where we all hang out and talk about crazy stuff. Talked about some Destiny lore in there today. It was great. And you can do that by going to twitter.com/barelyads or look up at barelyads. That's our Twitter. And pinned to the top will be something about the most recent episode and a link to that Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get in there, you can talk to us. You can come into the Tiny Hearts Tunes, talk to us about bands and stuff. It's awesome. Maybe you're in a band. You want to be on the show. Send us an email with a link to your music. Send it to barelyadestinyshow@gmail.com. And that's where we will, listen to it,
Do
I
the
guess.
thing.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, and if all that sounds like a lot of stuff to remember,
It's a lot to remember. Where would you go if you are having a hard time remembering all that?
to barelyads.com.
That's right. Your one-stop shop for all things Barely ADS.
That's true. We have links to everything. That's a much easier thing to segue around if it just has all the links. Because I could be like, what else we have? Wow. Times they are a changing. It's a new year. It's a new us. Scary's probably dead.
Or being held hostage by House Dilla.
Those poor 43 orphan kids.
We weren't supposed to tell them, guys. Now he has a number attached to how many children he has.
I always just pick one between 5 and 50.
So it's still random. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to leave us some iTunes reviews, please do so. 5 stars only. And I guess you could leave them other places, like this guy. Does anybody have that review pulled up?
Nope, but I can.
Do not, but I can.
Wow.
You didn't give us any warning. We had a Podbean review.
We do the same thing every week. Oh my god.
It's Scary's job. It's Scary's
Oh,
job.
too bad he's dead. So
all right, here we go.
Now what do we do?
Who's next in the chain of command?
All right, this review from Arisen Phoenix. 5 stars.
From the killer himself.
Yep. 5 stars. iTunes is poop and refuses to install on my PC, so this is the best you can get from me. It's a podcast. There's people. They talk about stuff. Ben hosts but gets talked over and loves Borderlands. Scott likes the Fellowship of Star Wars Trek and the Sorcerer's Clone. Steve is as bad as his jokes, but loves being 100% sober and harming cats on his off time. There's another quote host on the show, but he can eat a big dag of beep, beep, beep. That being said, everyone is just entertaining enough to let you ignore that. They can't answer questions quickly or keep a smooth flow through the entire show. Basically, they're old men trying to be meme lords. Give them a shot. It's not the worst thing to waste your time on.
Yep.
That's
He's
a solid
right.
review. Solid
5
review.
stars.
Yep, 5 stars.
Top 5. See, I'm trying to just make his review come true. What were we doing?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding, guys.
I'm an old man trying to become a meme lord, apparently.
What? Okay, you guys.
We have a sponsor.
Wait, I legitimately had to ask my wife what a meme was when we first started dating. I didn't know.
What was her answer? I would like to know how she explained what a meme is.
I think she just showed me memes, and I didn't get any of it because, like, her and her friends. My wife is like 7 years younger than me, and her friends are. I don't understand them. Like sometimes I'm like, did I marry a child?
That generation gap.
You know, it's funny. I'm actually about a year older than my wife, and she asks herself that same question quite frequently.
Oh man,
I don't get
Yeah.
it.
Neither do I. You know who else I don't get? Anyone who sponsors this show.
oh, yep. And our sponsor this week is Drafty's Poorhouse. We'll tap that.
Wait, it's a beer place, right?
Yeah.
It's not a. It's not.
I
a
don't know
homeless
where
shelter
it is,
called
though.
The poorhouse.
I don't know where
It's
that is
not
though,
a homeless shelter.
because like Drafty, who's that? Drafty's Poorhouse. Where is that?
God.
I don't know. I just was sent a name and a slogan, so I read it.
Well, thanks, whoever you are, Drafty. I don't know. I've never heard of that guy.
Yeah. But hey, there's one question for you guys though. How do you know when someone has had a particularly rough life?
I don't know, Steve. How do you know?
When their
They're
name
at Drafty's
is
poorhouse.
when their name is Helen Bach. Thanks, Les. Yep. Ben's at a loss for words.
Did we lose Ben?
Oh, no audio from Ben. Technical difficulties.
What?
He's shaking his head right now. He's so pissed.
I think he's just mad at your joke.
Pissed. I don't know. Maybe we should just continue to shoutcast Ben's camera view until he gets his microphone
Yes,
working again.
I think we should do that. Let
There's-
me bring that up so it's full screen so I can see it.
There's severe disdain in his face right now.
Hmm
Yeah.
He looks very, very, very unamused by whatever is going on right now.
It's tough to see the glare in his eyes behind the glare from the computer screen on his glasses.
Yep. He's talking, but we still can't hear him.
Oh man, rip the dream.
Rip the dream indeed.
All right, well, since this is super entertaining, let's while Ben tries to figure out his audio, talk about what Destiny stuff we had come out this week.
So we had a TWAB, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah, but the day before that TWAB, we had a little drop about Crimson Days.
We did. That's right.
And I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I was looking into that today. I think it's going to be interesting because supposedly, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a Crucible only thing, isn't it?
Yes and no. So,
I mean, they're going to have what is it, Crimson Engrams that you can get some cool stuff from. I've seen the shaders. They look awesome. I'm a fan of anything red and black.
right, right.
Except the Chicago Blackhawks. That's my brother's team, not me. But those shaders look damn good.
Mm-hmm. Right here where it says the rewards, it says the best way to earn the rewards is by competing in the Crimson Days Crucible playlist. But
Ah, okay.
no matter which activity you play, every player will receive both an illuminated engram and a crimson engram when they level up.
Nice. That'd
And
be awesome.
something new that they've added in is there is like basically a checkerboard of all the gear you can get. It's all cosmetic, but it's like it marks it off as you go. So each engram you get, boom, there's
cool.
one. Then the next one, boom, there's nothing. Next one. So you will get everything before you get any duplicates for the
Nice.
cosmetic stuff.
That's fantastic. Let me tell you. Now, the game mode for this is going to be like Clash doubles, basically. Am I right?
Yeah, it says 2v2 clash with a round based twist, which sounds kind of like skirmish, but just without. Well, it's not skirmish, salvage, but without the objective.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like survival, maybe. Like 2v2 survival, which, I mean, that could be cool.
Well, it says
As long as
clash. So it's definitely
Yeah.
clash, but I don't know what this round based twist means.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not
So
sure.
do you think that it's going to be like just straight up Clash where it's like kills get points and then that's the game? Like what do you think they mean by round based twist? That's
Yeah,
a
I'm not
weird one.
sure. I guess we'll have to wait till tomorrow, or today or the day prior, if when you're listening to this, depending on when it comes out. But
Yeah.
we're getting a new old map again, and I'm super stoked. We're getting
Oh, that Burning Shrine, right?
yeah, it's Burning Shrine for D2 called the Burnout, and basically they removed the sun,
Nice.
so no more
Oh.
standing in the sun, sniping into the thing.
Now is that I'm looking for trying to find a picture of it right now. Is that gonna be Burning Shrine in the Infinite Forest Dark Vex feature?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's gonna be really cool because that's like a super like creepy look. I like that.
It is, yeah.
Um,
And
and it's good that they fixed that that sunlight cheese that everybody in D1 Trials tried to do.
yeah, for sure, for sure. One thing about this doubles that is different is when you're in close proximity to your partner, your abilities recharge faster. But if you're too far away from your partner, your enemies get a waypoint leading to your location.
Oh, so it's gonna definitely be team based.
So you have to stay on your partner's butt the whole
Yeah.
time.
I don't know. That could be kind of fun, running around with like shotguns and hunting or something like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be pretty cool. I'm looking at the rewards here in the little grid that they provided so kindly, and those ghost shells look really cool. There's some cool sparrows too, and we've got some ornaments. I mean,
Yeah. The legendary sparrows look cooler than the exotic one to me from this picture. but-
yeah, I'll agree with that. I think, and it's funny too. I think it's actually pretty cool that they're starting to include more gifts
Mhm.
in the TWA or in the Bungie news blasts. I think that's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Oh man, I want this the exotic emote. I want it really bad. I think it's going to
Which-
be one of the most trolly things ever. It's the
Which
thing
one's
in
that?
the
The
it's
Flaunty dance?
no, it's the thing in the GIF. It's like you make a
The-
heart shape out of into the air, and then you push the heart, and, like blow a kiss of a heart.
Okay, yeah. I'm looking at that one, and then I just scrolled down, and the other one is, I think somebody said that's the ladies' night dance, or the
Oh, the single ladies night.
dance or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
heard
know.
that too.
That looks pretty funny. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm kind of excited for it. Granted, there is like a decent amount of cosmetic stuff in this update, or not update, but like event.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's like, I think it's supposed to be on par with like Festival of the Lost, the Dawning, stuff like that. I think this will be a little bit better than the Dawning because, like, I gotta be honest, man, some of the Dawning loot drops I was not really interested in. Totally fine with all the sparrows they gave me. I dismantled them all and bought my like shark face predator sparrow, which is pretty badass.
Mhm.
So I was okay with that. So we'll see. I think there's gonna be some cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and like one of the best parts about it is there are 5 rewards that they tell you exactly how to get it, and it's if you complete the milestone "Welcome to Crimson Days" by finishing 5 Crimson Days matches, you will get the Crimson Days emblem and the Tira Strela Ghost Shell.
Ooh.
If you complete matches in a Crimson Days Crucible playlist for you get the Sparrow. If you complete
Nice.
either raid activity, you get the Diesel Punk exotic ornament for Warcliffe Coil from the final
Nice.
chest. And if you complete the Nightfall, you get the Flaunting Dance. So that's
I
pretty.
think I may have to do a couple Nightfalls or something. That might be a fun thing to get. Do we have? Is Ben coming back?
I don't know.
Can you guys hear
Hey,
me?
we
There
can
he
hear
is. He's
him.
back. Right on cue, Ben.
All right, so we just
Oh,
finished talking about Crimson
my
Days.
MacBook just took a dump.
Uh-oh. That's a
You
problem.
tell me it's a very, very expensive computer.
Yeah, that's a very big problem.
That's also the one that you do your editing on, right?
Yep.
Oh no. All right. Well, he's back. Ben, what are your thoughts on Crimson Days?
I don't know.
You don't know? All right.
Sorry, I'm in a real shit mood now. Fuck Crimson Days. Fuck Destiny. Fuck, god damn it, what the fuck happened to my laptop?
Oh man.
I'm using Audacity right now like some kind of fucking pleb. I have a goddamn degree in fucking music, and I'm using Audacity right now.
Ugh.
What the
Wait,
fuck
does
happened
that-
to my life?
Does that mean you're gonna have lost the audio from the first part?
Oh, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to pull some wizardry. If my computer will stay on long enough, I'll fish it out.
I have faith. I have faith in you, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know what the fuck to do. It was doing this thing the other day, and I fucking Googled it, can't figure it out. I don't know. I think my wife destroyed my computer.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's exactly. We talked about it the other day briefly about building a stream box, like for me, because I don't want that to happen to my computer.
Yeah. Oh well. I
that
just
sucks, man.
need to get another MacBook or something. Rip the solid state and all the RAM out of this thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is fairly old computer too.
Yeah.
How old?
It's like 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising. I got mine I think I actually picked up mine in 2009. The logic board died on it once, and then I had it replaced, which is cool.
How much is that?
I think I got there was something I got replaced under warranty, like by barely 6 months. Then there was another one. There's a shop up by me that I found that the Apple store from the mall actually farms all their big bad work out to.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like a vendor, and I just drove directly over to them, like, "Hey guys, I heard you fix MacBooks. Mine's doing some weird stuff, and I think it's the logic board, and I think it was like $200, so it wasn't terrible."
Oh, yeah.
Considering the amount that I paid for the laptop, which is cool. But yeah, this thing's been solid for me. I'm just a little worried about the heat that it generates when I do like heavy duty stuff, and like streaming.
Like streaming and running Pro Tools at the same time.
Yeah, I can
Right.
imagine that might make your laptop take a dump. So
Yeah.
that sucks, dude.
And it figures it happens the week after we stop using my laptop for everything.
Right. Yeah,
So
we're
like,
like
okay,
sharing
we're
the
done.
workload out.
Yeah. Oh well. Now we'll melt Steve's laptop. Laptop.
Right.
Who am I fluffy saying laptop? For the top of laboratories.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
So-
we'll melt Steve's computer just like me and Steve are gonna melt everyone else in Crimson Doubles because that's what we do.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Did you see? Steve and I were just talking about. Did you see? How do you feel about Burning Shrine coming back in the Vex future? That's gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah, no more sun.
Yeah, I like
Mhm.
that. I really like that. And we were just saying some of the roads look pretty cool. Like the shaders are cool.
Yeah, check
The
it out.
emotes are super trolly, so definitely. Did we want to talk about the TWAB guys?
I think we should definitely talk about the TWAB because they dropped some big things about what's happening to Nightfall and raid stuff. I'll try and give it a little bit of a nutshell because it's just an info dump.
Right. It's huge. The only
Mhm.
part that I read, which I won't spoil it, but it's the main change that I'm excited about for Nightfalls, at least. The modifiers. But go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, basically what this is it's outlining the Nightfall scoring and the Nightfall modifiers that they're going to put in. So for scoring, it's going to be it's very reminiscent to Prison of Elders in that, like, if you beat it fast, you'll get more points for beating it fast. But if you take your time and beat it slow, then you'll get more points for killing more stuff, kind of thing, and being more thorough.
Oh. So that'd be like Challenge of the Elders, where I wonder if they're going to throw a modifier in where basically remember in D1, after when they brought back Prison of Elders, the modifier was like Varix gets bored and deducts 50 points from your score every 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, they said that's too. If you take too long, then your score is going to start going down.
Oh, that's great.
So that's going to be a thing. They're removing the time limit and replace for this, and I like it. When I first said they were removing the time limit, I was like, I like the time limit. That's the only reason the Nightfall is challenging. So, but they're adding different challenges in. So, so some of these challenges by scoring it's team based. So they're going to focus. So they want you to be still focusing on what makes your team score better instead of individually. Scoring is primarily driven by kills, secondary by orb generation.
Ooh. So calling all Night Stalker hunters with fucking Orpheus rig, you're up.
Mm-hmm. Score bleeds over time. And then scoring cuts off after time thresholds. So after 15 minutes, new points are reduced by 50%. At 18 minutes, you stop earning points altogether, and then it's just a race to finish and post your score.
Oh, wow.
It's saying they literally reference Prison of Elders, and they're saying that they're trying to use a similar thing, but without the same pitfalls that Prison of Elders had. On top of that, there's challenges, which is basically, I think, a D1 Trials card. And so you pick it up.
That's
and
cool.
On the card are different challenges that you can apply to the Nightfall to make it more difficult. And the one that they show here is solar damage increases slightly from all sources. So solar burn. It's called solar singe. Why couldn't you just call it solar burn? Why you got to change the name of literally everything? Anyway, players will be able to see theirs and your scores on the new Nightfall emblems as they're available as drops in each of the Nightfall strikes. There's going to be an emblem specific to each strike.
Ooh. I'm looking here at some of the ones that they mentioned specifically, the modifiers. They have Void Solar and Arc Burn, basically. Extinguish. The fire team wipes, return the team to orbit. So it's going to be like year one Destiny. People are going to love that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you guys were not there.
Yeah, no,
He said you guys. He didn't include himself in that.
I agree with you, Ben. Like, I don't
was
want to
there.
do that, but there's a lot of people who want that for some reason, which, I mean, you know, more power to them. If you want to get kicked back to orbit and wait that extra, like, 5 minutes to load into a Nightfall, like...
Right. Well, these what Scott's talking about here are prestige modifiers.
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing is, these the getting returned to orbit, that was really cool because it was really challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason we like that is because you had raid and Nightfall was the only way you were going to get an exotic. So you're like, hell yeah, I want the most challenging thing to give me an exotic.
Mm-hmm.
Now with prestige mode, I'm like, yeah, but like, what are you going to give me from a prestige Nightfall that I want?
That you actually want.
Which they said that they're trying to do. There's going to be Nightfall and prestige Nightfall specific loot. That is,
if the prestige Nightfall specific loot is really cool, then I'm going to be super happy about it.
Right.
That's what I'm concerned about. It better be like, oh, you can only get it from doing the Prestige Nightfall. Then I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's get Grasp of Malik again.
Right. And then to go along with that, I don't know if it's, I don't see if it's Prestige or not, but in the raid, yes, it is new version of Prestige, and it's like Prestige challenges, and basically what it is what we've been doing to challenge ourselves as a community when doing raids and stuff. So in week 1, I don't know if this is an example or if this is actually how it's going to be. There's like a grouping of modifiers and then a required loadout. So you're going to have to use a hand cannon, a scout, and a linear fusion. Oh, it's a marksman thing because there's
modifiers, marksman.
Mm-hmm. So precision damage is increased.
What happens when it's like an SMG, a shotgun, and some
a sidearm?
Oh, that's week 2, and that's week 2, and it's called Modifier Gladiator. Your melee damage is increased, and melee kills grant bonus super. Required loadout: sidearm, submachine gun, shotgun.
God,
that just doesn't sound fun.
Honestly, super fun. Devour Warlock, get up in people's faces, and just.
It's just forcing you into a play style, and
I'm talking about the loadout. And let's be honest, they're throwing the kinetic sidearm as the loadout because they want everybody to actually use Rat King.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then week 3, the modifier is Conduit. Each kill you get before reloading or swapping weapons gives you increasingly more ability energy. And this one actually has in the energy slot a required loadout item of Risk Runner. Which, when I was listening to some podcasts this week, they were like, well, how are they going to make sure that everyone has that?
Xur will sell it.
Xur will sell it. They said Xur will sell it, or they actually came out and said everything that, like, whenever there's a required loadout for the raid or whatever, there is 100% a way to get every gun that you would need to do that challenge through a quest, adventure, something like that in the story, so you can like literally just go get one and then take it into the raid.
Yeah, it's true, because if Xur sold it, it wouldn't be until the weekend, so you'd have like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that you wouldn't be able to get it. Does Xur show up on Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, he shows up Friday at noon. I went to visit him last Friday, and I bought the Raiden Flux for my hunter, who I still have not brought off the bench. Level 1.
Oh, guys, guess what?
What?
I went to Xur and I bought what gun was it? Jade Rabbit? No, what gun was it?
Yeah, it was Jade Rabbit this weekend.
Tractor cannon?
No. Oh. It was I don't know, I bought the gun and I bought some exotic armor for somebody. And then I was like, you know what? Let's grab that faded engram, and I got my tractor cannon. Finally.
There you go.
Now I have it on PC and console.
You know, it's funny. Who was that? I think it was either Drafty or House Dilla in the chat said earlier when we were talking about Crimson Days. It was Drafty. He said you could track cannon somebody off the map and then send them a heart in the Crucible with that Crimson Days emote.
Oh my god, that emote's going to be the trolliest emote ever. I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
I'm hyped on it.
Yeah, for sure. So that has been this week at Bungie. I think that all these changes to Prestige and to the Nightfall and stuff are very good, and I'm just really just not trying to get my hopes up. To be honest,
I do like that they want people to use shotguns in the raid, because I mean, I used Hawthorne's Field Force shotgun in Leviathan at the baths and a few other parts, and like that thing wrecks. I'm more excited to use the Saint 14 shotgun, Perfect Paradox, because it's like a better Hawthorne's. And plus, I mean, let's be honest, it's Saint 14. Like, we gotta give it up for our Titan.
Yeah, I got killed by that in the Crucible this weekend, because guess what? I actually played Destiny this week a lot. I played a lot of D1, and I played a good amount of D2.
D1 pisses me off so bad after a while.
Yep.
Why is this, Ben?
Oh my god, all the things that just, oh my god.
that we hated
You
about
spend-
D1 that are still there.
Reasons
right
like
here-
guerrilla golf, running around with fusion grenades. And...
No, the sticking don't piss me off. What pisses me off is getting sniped because I spent all this time not running into sniper lanes. Finally got it through my thick head not to do it, and then they're like D2's out, and I was like, sick, no more snipers. And now I go back, and all those good habits are gone. So I'm just running out in the sniper lanes, getting my head blasted off, and I hate it.
Which I will say, it is still a good habit to not run into those kind of lanes in D2 because they're,
Because
people still do use,
multi-tool?
people still use scouts, and some people still do use snipers, and it's just a big wide open lane. In D2, it's much more punishing. I can only imagine if we had secondary slot snipers, how they'd be everywhere.
I feel like I'm the only person on the fucking planet that doesn't want to see that. I'm totally happy. I'm totally happy running a scout and an auto rifle, because a scout allows me to spam fire when somebody gets too close.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Basements. The only reason I want special weapons back in the secondary is because I miss vooping.
Yeah.
But playing D1 with the ammo economy, I'm like, I still don't really think this is fun. It bummed me out. I got really good at vooping, and they took my special ammo away. It seems like whenever I figure something out in Destiny, they change it.
That's funny because I was kind of talking about that with Gray Fox earlier this week. We hung out like actually in real life for once. It was his birthday, so we were talking about like D1 versus D2, and it was funny because he said the same thing. He's like, I used to love D1 Crucible, and then they basically they did the whole special ammo thing, and that totally killed it for me because you're either using Icebreaker or Wormwood, and I fucking hated that.
Yeah, it was not fun. And well, they're like, okay, but now we don't have guns that just always have ammo or can generate their own ammo, and I'm like, it's still not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that a lot of people said that the D2 Crucible, it'd be good to have that ability to get a team wipe. It happens, folks. Again, talking about Gray Fox, he picked up heavy ammo, went nuts with a sword, and then team wiped people with a Fist of Havoc.
Mm-hmm.
And it was absolutely fucking hilarious to see because it was Iron Banner.
That so happens. It's just not as prevalent. I got a really cool team wipe with my striker this week. Slammed a guy, ran over, slammed another, 2 guys, and then shoulder charged the last one. It was just like, how's it feel, you dirty dick bags?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. He picked up the I think he had the Titan sword or the Crucible sword, and he just picked up the sword because there was a hunter running around spamming Quick Fang, and he's just like, all right, I can sword too. And so he picks up the heavy ammo, kills all 4 of them, and then they all respawn and immediately run the B flag on Endless Veil. And he comes around the corner with a sword, and they all start shooting him, and they're like, they're thinking they're gonna get him, and then he just gets within 10 feet of him and blows his Fist of Havoc and just annihilates them all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
I had
playing D1 made me realize that I was a really bad striker. Trying to go after people, my gosh, you could hit some people from so far away, and I kind of had to adjust my playstyle. I'm like, don't try and get so close. You can still get them. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I had a team wipe too in D2.
Nice.
Mine though was a shadow
get,
shot to 2 kills through the shadow shot, round the corner, and pop 2 more with the colony.
Nice.
So
there was a fucking hunter that I solo queued with in Iron Banner. I think it was last week, or 2 weeks ago, maybe now. That dude was legitimately tethering the shit out of every single corner, and he people would just run into it, and he'd catch an entire team, and then me and 2 of the other blueberries would just take him out. It was crazy.
oh man, yeah. I mean,
So
I think.
guys,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do we have anything else about Destiny?
Oh, it's just that our D1 private matches night was lit again. It was a lot of fun.
But like I said, snipers eventually pissed me off. But I came down into the basement and I started playing a
PUBG.
little bit of D2. And I did play PUBG. And if you're in the Discord, you might have heard some whispers that your old boy Det Ben Malone got a chicken dinner. It's technically true. But
I heard this story. It's good.
I died about 20 minutes before the match ended. So I was just munching on some cereal watching them play. But yeah, shout out to Hig Nasty and Squawkin'. Those boys carried me and Scary to our chicken dinner. Me and Scary, I died, and then like 10 minutes later, Scary died, and then like 20 minutes later, the match was over. So I don't really count that as me winning. It, like, even as a squad, I feel kind of shitty being like, I fucking won. It's like, no, you didn't, dude. You had two good teammates. You got carried.
Yeah, because I had one of those situations in Fortnite, but
Yep,
it was
me too.
I only died like maybe 2 minutes before. It was I died, and then Narwolf died, and we had a rando, and Zaz fucking clutched that shit for the win with 2 kills. But then immediately after that, we picked up your boy Young Todd and got a true squad win. So back-to-back wins.
That's
in
awesome,
Fortnite.
man. We're able to, like, when Gray Fox and I play, it's usually with his brother DMA, and we usually pick up a rando or one of the other guys, and it's really funny because we used to be able to consistently place inside the top 10. Now not so much. I know when Gray Fox and I play doubles, we can usually get 8, 5 somewhere in the top 10. Squad's tough, and one of the funniest fucking moments was he would I get picked off halfway through the match. I want to say DMA gets picked off like 2 seconds. Gray Fox has a blue rocket launcher and hides in a bush for like the last, I don't even know, fucking couple minutes. It's down to like the last 2 teams, technically 3. And so he sees somebody building this grandiose structure. He pulls his rocket launcher out and just launches a rocket into the base of the structure and drops the whole thing. And then they killed him, but he destroyed their base. It was fucking hilarious. I'm just like, yo, blow up their fucking house. I was like, blow up their safe house. Just put it right at the base, and he did it. Just the whole thing just like fell down. You see the people falling, and then they got pissed and chased him. It was really funny.
Nice.
Yeah, we got super lucky with PUBG, and like because we're not very good, so we've been practicing what we call hot drops, us in the biz. So you go into like a really crowded area and try and fight it out, and we made it out, but the zone shrank like 3 times on us, and we stayed in the zone the whole time. So we got really lucky. It got very intense because when I was dead, but when the 2 guys finally had to run, they got trapped outside in the storm for Fortnite players. Killed a dude. One guy went down, they rezzed him. The other guy goes down, they res him. And then they're both like healing up, ran in, and hit on the side of a hill for the rest of the game. And it was fucking thrilling. The very last it came down to 2 of our guys versus 2 other guys. And our guys pop up, Squawking goes down, and Hig Nasty just bum rushes the last 2 guys. So, like, what an epic way to end. Not normally those games end with snake in the grass where you're all wiggling around throwing nades at everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking going prone. Guys, gonna do some questions?
Oh, there's one more thing that we had to talk about.
What?
The Saint 14 stream.
Oh, it's in here.
Oh, okay then.
We have other obligations tonight, so we're kind of you'll see. You'll see. What music have you guys been listening to lately? Sorry, jamming to lately, or would like to? That's from Tiny Heart.
I'm representing right here with my Hudson Falcons t-shirt. They just celebrated their 20 years. came to Albany last night, and they're actually good friends of ours. Me and my bandmates, we all went out to see them. It was pretty crazy, thinking that they've been a band for 20 years. Some of the nicest guys in rock and roll, man. And it's one of those things where like they're a band that like not a lot of people may have heard of, but there's certain places where they go and they fucking pack the house. And Albany is one of them because they've been coming here for probably 20 years now. A couple of my friends booked them way back in the late 90s when they first started. And they're like, have just been coming since. And then of course, like, we grew up, came into the scene and met Josh Welch from Plastic Jesus, not to name drop or anything like that. Like, our friends who got us into the music and like the bands. And he's like, yeah, you guys got to come out and see this band, the Hudson Falcons. They're fucking awesome. No idea what to think of them. And then like we finally saw them. I was like, that was fucking amazing. These guys are just like, road warrior, rock and roll for the working class. It's real good. So I went to see them last night. I've been fucking I was blaring their records on the way home tonight from work, just like screaming. I lost as you can tell, I'm getting over the fucking plague, but I also was losing my voice because of that. So,
I've heard this band on Crucible Radio. It's Engineer Andrew's band. What are they called?
Alloys or oils or something?
Loyals.
That's what it was. Yes.
And I am a sucker for that kind of music. Like, ooh, man, that song Mind Up. Whoo-wee. It's awesome. Other than that, though, today I found a new appreciation for Deafheaven, which is like a picture like ambient, epic as fuck grindcore. Like, seriously, the drums are just doing blast beats the whole time, and then you've got like very delayed guitars, like big, huge sound. It's really cool. I was saying it's like sad music, but it's not slow, which sounds like a contradiction. Pretty much all sad songs are slow.
Yeah.
As far as things that like emotionally make you feel sad. I'm not saying you can't write a fast song and sing about sad stuff. True. But I have no idea what they're singing about because it's just all
yeah, it's grindcore.
Yeah, you're just like so fucking fast.
Right.
Yeah, that and since we moved, I've been listening to a lot of records because the record player's in my living room right by my kitchen.
Shit.
So every time I cook, I'm just putting on records now, and I've been throwing on like Jay Dilla and MF Doom, Common. Nice. Wow, who's getting a lot of notifications there, bud?
Damn.
Yeah, you just got like 7.
I did. It's the Anti-Meta Podcast Discord.
Well, mute that shit. Get out of here. Anti-Meta's taking over our show. Steve, what have you been listening to?
I today specifically, but overall in general as well. I basically every time we play a band on the show, I download it, and I listen to that playlist on shuffle.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. That's my stream playlist, and so
nice.
Been listening to a lot of that. But aside from that, everyone needs to listen to Your Mom's House. It's a podcast because that shit is amazing.
Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky.
Yep. It's very good stuff.
It's very funny, and if you do listen to it, you'll catch that Steve steals a ton of stuff from it.
Yeah. Oh, I claim that I steal it. I just don't. I actually stole a Would You Rather from that show, from that podcast, and used it on the St. 14 stream last night.
So I was finishing Destiny Community podcast today at work, and I about verbally screamed when they asked me how many holes are in a donut. A conversation I had just the day previously with my brother as if it were his own idea.
Donuts.
I'm gonna, boy. Speaking of donuts, my fryer broke, so that sucks.
No, what happened? It's been a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to go make Okay, I want to go
Oh,
make.
let me preface this by asking you, how are you going to cook that chicken?
Well, tonight I made teriyaki chicken, and actually it came out really, really good. I made it from just up in the old noggin, not looking at any recipes, and it's the first time I've done that, and it came out really good. So I'm happy. 3 or 4 years of trying to cook Chinese food, I can finally kind of do it. But last night, my wife wanted chicken fingers, and instead of going to buy regular chicken fingers at the store, I was like, let's make chicken fingers. So I breaded them with ranch dipped buffalo wing Doritos.
What? Yo.
So we had
That's crazy.
hot wing Dorito chicken.
My God.
It was really good. Just a little recipe for you guys. Use them thin chicken breasts or chicken tenderloins. We put it in the flour, and then you put some eggs, and then just dip it in some crushed up Doritos. But make sure, this is huge, make sure you bake it 400 degrees, like 7 or 8 minutes per side. You're good. Because if you don't, I tried to fry them and it just burns the chips, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, can we just, since we're talking about chicken for a minute, I gotta throw a shout out to my wife, man. I finished work on Wednesday, and it was a fucking snowstorm up here, so I had to drive home. I work about, my new job's like probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes from where we live right now. So I'm driving home in my Jeep, unplowed highway. I feel it like swerving around through the snow. I got 18 wheelers blowing by me. It was terrible. I walked through the door, and my wife's like, "Hey, I made chicken parm," and it was the best chicken parm I've ever had in my life. So
Nice.
huge shout out. It was fucking awesome. She did the egg dip, the breadcrumbs, the flour, then did the egg dip again so it stays, and then baked it. Dude, it was awesome.
I love cooking that chicken. Although, we had a question about this in the chat. Where is it? They said, if I steal your chicken, what would you cook instead? You know what I would cook? Fucking homemade tacos. Because we did that the other night, and my wife told me, she says, these are the best homemade tacos I have ever had in my entire life.
Nice.
And I've made homemade tacos a lot. And I was like, yeah, but you're fucking white and you can't cook tacos for shit.
You heard it here.
I'm just kidding. I didn't say that to her. I should have done. No, but we like to do them like greasy Taco Bell style, where you're putting like queso dip and shit like that on there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I don't know. Nothing too fancy. It's ground beef and tortillas. Tortilla for Housedilla.
Tortillas.
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
What's that?
What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite Spanish mispronunciation? So I will say mine. We were at Taco Bell, and my friend was like, instead of saying, let me get one of those caramel empanadas, or empanada, if you're not going to try with the accent at all, he goes, can I get a caramel and panda?
What the fuck is that?
I was like, damn, bro.
That was amazing.
Are you even trying, dude? Holy shit.
I witnessed this one too.
Those?
I mean, just the usual. Fajita is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tortilla or quesadilla.
Yeah,
they add an I in there for some reason.
I had an ex-girlfriend whose dad used to call him tortillas all the time, and we'd correct him, and he's just like, no, it's not, there's 2 L's there. Jesus fucking Christ. There was a couple times I had to leave the room. I'm like, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it anymore.
Just a couple of tortillas, and you can buy them down at Housedilla Casadilla House. Anyway, Steve, what was your favorite part of the St. 14 stream? That's from Drafty.
Favorite part is that it was not a donation-based stream, and they still raised, I want to say it was like $1,200 for TakeThis.org. Yeah, like we literally didn't talk about donating money at all on our blog.
Wow.
But aside from that,
still raised $1,200. That's awesome.
Still raised $1,200. But aside from that, it was getting to know the like other half of the community. You know, I played games with Fluffy and Nips and Stu Baroque. Uh, Justin was there. I got to meet Dex and Gator and Trog and Nessie and Valeru and Chuck Likes Pizza. All those guys that you've heard of. Not really on this podcast because we play PS4, but like on all the other podcasts that you listen to. And they're all great
You'll
dudes.
never hear from them on our show. We don't get that shit. We don't get those Xbox boners. I'm just kidding.
And I'm going to say, I've got a lot of shit to talk because there was some dunking that was going on in our block. But
there it is.
You're going to have to listen to some other podcasts to hear that shit talk because I'm saving it.
I liked tuning in because this is like, I was amazed at every time I tuned in, somebody had a story about, pretty like I didn't tune into everyone, but a lot of people had a story of how their mental health is not the greatest. And that was really cool to hear because I think it's something that we just don't want to talk about. Because like myself today, I was having a really shitty day and like kind of didn't want to do the podcast. But I didn't want to tell you guys that because I don't want you guys to be like, well, why don't you? Because I didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
And it's, I don't know. I guess it's nice to know though that we can talk about it. We should be more open about these kind of things.
Exactly.
And it was nice hearing from everybody in the stream that they all deal with these kind of things too. Yeah. So sorry to get real on all y'all, but I just had to say that really meant a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, and there's a positive, and we kind of talked about it at the very, very end of the stream, and that's every single person that was involved in that stream is plugged into a piece of this Destiny community. And that common ground where you can find places to go to talk to people about what you got going on and have people that want to be there for you and support you and play games with you is Discord. Like everyone's plugged into a Discord. Everyone that had their story about how they made it through or how gaming helped, you know, either save their life or pull them out of depression or whatever, they're plugged into a Discord where there's people there waiting to talk to you, wanting to meet you, wanting to be your friend. So get plugged in. I know it's really, really, it takes a lot of courage to do it, but once you do, you're going to be happy you did.
I do have to say that was one of the most awesome things I saw, and what little bit of the Saint 14 project stuff I got to look in on is seeing all the people from the Destiny community, sort of like old times, right? Like I even saw some of the Ghost Stories guys taking a slot and streaming, you know, which is cool because I always try to like keep up with them on Twitter and stuff like that because I can't really hang out in Discord anymore. You know, then I saw, I mean, it was all over the place. I think the Destiny Reset podcast guys were doing some stuff with it. I know you guys talked to, like, you guys were on with the Dad Tales guys and all those, you know, the Xbox people Steve just mentioned, which we're all PS4 players, so we don't really get to hang out with them too often, like, and actually play the game. So I think that was really awesome. And it was good to see everybody get together under that, you know, same thing as Ben said. You know, I think it's awesome that there is such a supportive community. I know for a fact, like, you guys and my clanmates have gotten me through some absolutely terrible times, whether you know it or not. Just playing Destiny and playing games, you know, and there's stuff like that, you know, again, not to get too real here, but things like that mean a lot. And it's funny because, like, if you had told me a couple of years back when I got back into gaming that, like, there was a community like this, I would have been like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I've seen so far is 12-year-olds shouting racial slurs and teabagging everywhere.
Exactly.
You know?
That's a lot of feels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you segue out of that with this? Why is the longsword the best weapon in Monster Hunter, and why are you guys foolish enough to use other weapons? Well, Converse, I don't use other weapons, so I ain't no fool. I pity the fool who uses some kind of glaive or spinny blades. It's all about that big damage and a little bit of dodge.
All right. Or a
Steve's got
lot
nothing
of
for that.
a lot of little damage like you get with the insect glaive, and a lot of mobility.
No, I want that smooth, flowy combat. That's why me and Khan, we're tight like that. We're like samurai ninja, very zen about it. We're not spazzes, just mashing buttons, deliberate attacks. All right.
Next question.
Hey, what's your favorite mall store and why is it Spencer's from Tiny Heart? Spencer's is the worst thing in the mall of all time.
Agreed.
I don't know about that. Have
Unless
you
you're
ever walked
looking
by
for
a Hollister or
a
a fucking
snapback.
Abercrombie, dude? Holy shit! Those
Well,
places just
okay.
reek of those places just reek of shame.
I like going into Hollister back in the day, buy some nice shirts, go
Yeah,
there
but
with your
even-
girlfriend.
Even with that like cologne that they just waft
Oh
out the
God, it's so bad.
door. Like, come on!
And I never
couldn't
bought
walk
any of
by
those
those
T-shirts.
places.
I buy like nice button ups and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, it would just have like a little like seagull squawking up on here.
You got squawking on your shirt?
Yeah, best store, FYE, because it's the Funko Pop store pretty much.
Wait.
No wait. Best store was it Sakura Japan?
Yep.
Yeah, baby, teriyaki chicken, Orange Julius.
Do you
I'm gonna
guys still have malls over by you? Because like
Oh, yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
all the malls near me are dying out and becoming shopping like strip malls and shopping plazas. It's
No,
really
we
weird.
still got a couple. We got a really nice mall up by us.
I'm gonna say my favorite store in the mall, Cinnabon.
Oh, you took my idea on the food. All right, pick a real store though.
Pick a real store. PacSun, because you can get
Current PacSun or PacSun from like years ago?
PacSun
if
from
we
years
could
ago.
take PacSun from years ago, we
Okay.
would, but
Okay.
Right. So you could get
Phoenix, you're
shoes.
lame. Don't talk about our mall choices.
You could get shoes. You could get pants that fit or shirts that fit.
Skateboards?
You could get
Backpacks?
skateboards. You get hacky sacks.
Nope, I'm out. Are there Quonset huts in any malls? Because that would be my favorite.
You know, Quonset Hut is like a 2-store chain native to Ohio, right?
Kwanzaa Hut?
Quonset Hut. It is a head shop / sex shop / goofy card shop / disc golf shop / skateboard shop
Yep.
/
that's
hippie
awesome.
jewelry shop.
Look,
There's actually
if you're into Grateful Dead, riding your skateboard, smoking a bong on your way down to your mom's house to give her a dirty card for her birthday, and you just happen to stop by the park to throw a couple on the links, this is your fucking place.
Oh God. Yeah, there's definitely a couple shops like that up here, but they're not in malls, they're in strip malls.
Oh, it's not in a mall.
No,
It's not in a mall.
I swear Quonset Hut is bigger than this. I
Quonset
think
Hut
it
is
used to
not
be a thing.
bigger. There's
Well,
only
I'm-
there's like 2, maybe 3.
Chat, if you're in chat, let me know if you have ever heard of Quonset Hut. This probably isn't going to go good for me, but we'll bring it up back at the end of the show. Scott, did you tell us your favorite mall store?
You know what, man? I gotta go with if we're going with current mall store, the Van store. I'm gonna go basic bitch on that because or basic
I feel
bro
that.
on that. Because
If we
I
had a
love my
Van
Vans.
store, if we had a
Uh,
Van store in our malls, then I would have said the Van store.
Yo,
I
there
would be
was this
broke.
there was this one, right? We were playing a show in Jersey, and like as we usually do, we're traveling around. We try to find things, and I mean, like you guys have been out driving around on doing road trips and stuff, and especially with like bands, half of the road trip is trying to find like once you get to a place early, is trying to find an appropriate place to kill time where you won't get arrested for loitering and won't get hassled by the cops. So it usually ends up being like a mall or a shopping plaza of some point if all of your friends in that area are working or you don't have any friends in that area because you never played there before. So we played this show. It was either in Jersey or PA. All I know is we went to this mall in Jersey, and the Van store there had a fucking ramp in the back, like a half pipe.
Dude, they had that in California.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and then we immediately got sad afterwards because they had piles of shoes stacked on it instead of actual people skateboarding.
Oh no, they had actual people skateboarding when we went.
Yeah, it was-
tiny.
Which is
It's
awesome. That's awesome.
in LA, which is very, very large, so I can't remember what part of LA. It's called the Block,
It was Orange County.
Orange County. It's a giant outdoor mall. So think
Oh, wow.
like a regular mall, but there's no roof. So yeah.
And they had a Van skate park inside the Van store there, and it had an outdoor park too.
And a Dave and Buster's.
And it had a Dave and Buster's.
No, that mall was actually really dope because there was a Wizards of the Coast store. So you get one-stop shop for Magic cards, Pokemon cards, and Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
You know what? I think that there was a similar store in that mall I was talking about in Jersey, because we definitely went in there and I bought a bunch of Star Wars graphic novels and shit. My bass player bought a bunch of books. Like, I think it was either Batman for him or something else, and I forget what I think my drummer bought Magic cards. Yeah, so it was
the money.
yeah, it was one of those ones where we all just kind of went in and we're like, this is great.
Magic cards aren't a waste of money. They retain some value.
Whatever. Hey, who's your favorite Disney princess? And you can't pick Leia.
I call bullshit on that. She's a Disney princess now.
She is. But
If
he
Disney
That's from
owns-
Gear Dad.
he knows that if he didn't put that disclaimer in there, all three of us would just pick Leia, probably.
Yeah, because Leia's a fucking badass, dude. Like, if Disney has to own Star Wars, then we can pick Leia.
Well,
Pocahontas.
I'm picking. I don't know her name, but the one from Brave.
The one from
The
what?
one,
Brave.
The redheaded girl?
Yeah.
I picked Pocahontas because when I was a kid, I was like, she fine.
Oh. Right.
Hey, I like them brown-skinned girls. What's up? Except my wife is very, very white.
oh god.
But Pocahontas was hot.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I said, you got that right.
Oh man.
That's
So
great.
let's get through the rest of these real quick. If you had to kill a chicken, would you shoot it, cut its head off, or choke it?
Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher, indeed. No, I would kill it like in this movie I watched last night called Clown. This guy was trying to decapitate himself, so he took two saws, put them on a table at an angle, so that way he would just slide like a V right into their blades. And that's how I would kill that chicken. Very elaborately, like a James Bond movie. Steve wouldn't kill a chicken, would he?
Nope.
I
Although I
didn't think
have
so.
seen a chicken killed, and what was used was a knife, an Ethernet cable, a bathtub. And
Oh, yeah.
and a styrofoam cooler.
Leave it at that. We'll talk about that next time we go on Potato Thumbs. Look, I like leaving people with cliffhanger stories where you're like, ugh.
An
It's like-
Ethernet cable? Steve, did you seriously try to choke a chicken with an Ethernet cable?
I did not do
Look,
any. I had no part in killing this chicken. I'm just
That
telling you
seems
what I
like
saw.
that was like a Keenan and Kel episode. The end of a
Oh my
Keenan and Kel
God.
episode. All right, Kel, I need an Ethernet cable, a knife, a chicken, and a little kid's bathtub.
A styrofoam cooler.
Yeah, styrofoam
Oh
cooler.
my god. I
Um,
was afraid to ask.
Matthew says, what bet would Ben need to lose to delete his Titan and play Hunter for a month? And I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't happening unless it's for a good cause.
It's
If I'm
gotta
going to
be.
give a real answer, it's got to be like a real amount of money. That's about it.
It's like if we're on a charity stream and we raise like $1,000 from our slot, something like that.
1,000?
No, not 1,000. It's way higher than 1,000.
I was gonna say I'd go a little closer to 50K. Like, come on,
50K?
like-
You really think that
No.
we're gonna get 50K? Okay.
$5,000 and I will delete.
Damn.
All right.
Y'all are cheap.
$5,000 on a charity stream and Ben deletes his Titan. You heard it here first.
Yeah, and I'll play a Hunter for a month, but it's not gonna happen. So, and if it does, then I don't really feel bad about it. I'll grind up another one. I'll just delete my PC Titan because it's not even leveled up all the way. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Semantics. Guys, I think that's all the questions for tonight.
I think so.
Thanks for listening to episode 54 of Barely ADS. Over the course of the show, the name has changed. Weird. Is that foreshadowing? I don't know. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch and on BNet and Steam. Ben Malone, DET, not DAT. I know I am Dat Ben Malone, but it's Dat Ben Malone. That's what it should be. Just Rocker Dude. That's what you should find me on. Find me on Twitch as Just Rocker Dude. Anyway, you can find the show on Twitter at BarelyADS. You can, find all of our links. BarelyADS.com. There's a blog. I don't know what to do with it yet. We'll figure that part out. It's new. The blog has been updated more recently than Dad Tales blog. I'll tell you that.
Because it's been created more recently than Dad Tales.
Yeah, blog. That's the only reason. All right. Yeah. Band of the week nominees. Nominees music. What is it? I forgot. My computer crashed, so this is why I'm like.
Go to bandcamp.com and search for nominees.
No, it's nomineemusic.bandcamp.com/album/drag-me-out. Anyway, Steve, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me literally everywhere at Xanafan711. Stay tuned to Twitter and stuff like that because I'm gonna be doing an experiment here in about a week, and would love all the support you guys are willing to give me. So we'll see how that goes, but look for that announcement this week sometime. Scott.
Slapshot Scott, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, the O's are 0. Just want to throw a disclaimer out there. If you guys hear of somebody decapitating people and shouting quotes from the War Priest Grimoire card because they passed along the daycare plague and it ravaged his entire family, it's not me. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's not me.
I was cracking up when I saw that in Discord. I was like, hey, honey, that's you. And I was like, oh, shit. I think I married Scott.
I mean, it's not me, dude.
It's not the worst way it could end. But this is the way that this show ends. See you guys later.
Right.
Hey, don't stop recording.
Peace out, everybody. Be the light you want to see in others.
All right, we got to do another sync clap so I can line it up at the end.
All right.
Hey, Dr. Demolition.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Demolition in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
All right, ready?
All right.
You count, Steve.
All right, 3, 2, 1. It feels like I'm doing it wrong because of the delay.
Well, you're like 3, 2. It's 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah.
Keep it very concise, very rhythmic.
I just stopped recording.
All right. Hey, chat. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We appreciate that quite a bit.
You can probably just hang out with chat until we start the next show.
Should I ask them if should I stream it? Should I like
Boost did?
Huh? Boost did?
Boost saved it or streamed it. Jesus.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. We were just wrapping up, but yeah, we're Barely ADS, a podcast barely about Destiny.
I like how you go to save your project in Audacity, and they're like, this fucking pleb program has to tell you that this is not an audio file; it's an Audacity file that you're saving.
Yeah,
it'll only open Audacity again. Fuck! I have to edit on fucking Audacity. I'm gonna. Fuck. I don't know what to do. I might see if I can install Pro Tools on here. I'm thinking also about just being like, fuck it, and throwing my solid state and more RAM into this bitch and being like, computer does it all.
Yeah, why not? Keep it crispy. Phoenix has been listening to You Made It Weird.
Or, I don't know, maybe you just said a thing. Scott, are you doing Dad's Tales with us tonight?
When do they start at 10?
Yeah.
10
Yeah,
or
I can't,
10:30.
man.
He
It's
said.
it's too early for me. I think I'm probably gonna end up going to shower and maybe try to steal a game of Fortnite with Gray Fox because his new gig started today. But I mean, I got to be up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning for work. So
That's rough.
yeah. But I was telling Steve like we got to figure out recording or something because I was informed this week, or I was informed actually today that it's most likely next week, starting Sunday, I'm going to nights, which will be 6 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. That's every other Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
Oh, geez.
because my life is a fucking train wreck right now. But at least I'll have money.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Right.
Um,
Oh man.
so I mean, Friday is probably gonna be the best bet if you guys want to do the podcast. Then I know you talked about doing it on Friday, not to totally switch it up. This was not intended. I was informed something totally different when I signed on for this job, and then they're like, "Hey, there's this 2-week training program. Can you do it?" No. Okay, that's yes. No. That's yes. Fucking Christ.
I'm gonna raid Fallout with
It's not a raid if you send 2 people.
there's 6.
There's 6. Is he playing D2?
No, he's playing Monster Hunter World.
Hey, what's the dad's? I guess I could go to dadsalespodcast.com.
What was I doing again? Oh, right. I gotta upload my audio file. Drive.
What is their website?
DadTalesPodcast.com.
There's Dad Tales Podcast, yeah.
Not Dad's Tales, just Dad Tales.
And maybe it is Dad's Tales.
No, I tried Dad's and it didn't show up. Oh, here we go. I just want to send him an email.
Yep.
Where the fuck do I send an email? Contact. Oh, no, what the hell? I don't want to send it here. I just want to know what their email is.
Well,
I just created a new folder in the
hey,
share drive
Xanafin,
for episode 54.
thank you for that host and that raid. What's up, dude? Everybody in the chat, give some emote appreciation.
I rated and it said 5 raiders and it said
It's a one-man raid. Crap. Thanks for being here. Thanks for
and
coming
it's
in.
rated with 0
Thanks for saying
people
hi.
and I was like, Bad's raid, and then I was like, did everyone bounce? Rip.
Aw.
Old world
Oh, wow.
monster in the new world.
So apparently Fallout is much older than he seems.
High porn?
Really?
Mhm.
Was he
I wonder
like
how old he
30?
is because he looks like he's 12.
Good call.
I'd imagine he's in his 30s.
He looks like he's 12.
He does. I mean, he does.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Kapow.
Um.
So what are you doing? Finally tracked down. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks about my computer.